Two women found dead inside a unit in Sydney southwest last month have now been identified, but the mystery surrounding their deaths has intensified. They were sisters from Saudi Arabia. They'd been living here for 5 years until they met with what police believe may have been foul play.
They're standard passport photos that may hold the key to a 2-month mystery.
The deaths are suspicious in nature, as we don't know the cause of death.
Sisters Azra and Amal Al-Sali were found dead in their Canterbury unit on June 7 after the building manager saw a pile of deliveries at their door. Their bodies were decomposed and there was no sign of a break-in or any obvious injuries. Investigators say the women died a month earlier.
Oh, even if they weren't sisters, the fact that they were there for that long and that, it's just very, very sad.
24-year-old Azra and 23-year-old Amal left Saudi Arabia as teenagers in 2017.
Police have spoken to the family who are in Saudi Arabia and they are assisting police with our inquiries.
During their time in Sydney, they'd been keeping a low profile.
Is it possible that they were murdered? We're looking at all lines of inquiry.
The building manager had fears for the women's safety a few months before they died. He called police in March and officers came here to their unit for a welfare check.
They appeared fine and there was no further action required from police at that stage.
Information from the public now critical to help detectives solve a possible double murder. Natasha Squarey, 7 News.
Good morning everybody, my name is Detective Inspector Claudia Allcroft, attached to Burwood Police Area Command. On the 7th of June 2022, police attended a unit at Canterbury Road, Canterbury, where sadly the bodies of 2 females were discovered in the bedrooms. Detectives attached to Burwood Police Area Command are investigating the circumstances under Strike Force Woolbird. On the 9th and 10th of June, post-mortem examinations were conducted. Police have not received the coroner's report at this stage and the cause of death is not known. The females have been identified as Azra Al-Sali, 24 years old, and Amal Al-Sali, 23 years old. They are sisters who arrived in Australia from Saudi Arabia in 2017. As the cause of death is not known and the circumstances are somewhat unusual, police are investigating the circumstances and are appealing for information. Anyone with information in relation to Azra or Amal is urged to contact police or Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000.
What do we know about the 2 women? Their lifestyle, their work, their studying? Do you know much about these individuals?
Well, we're appealing for information because we don't know a lot about the girls, but they were sisters who arrived from Saudi Arabia in 2017. So anyone with information is urged to contact police.
Can you tell us about their visa status or anything about the circumstances in which they came to Australia?
I don't have that information, I'm sorry.
Can you tell us anything about their family? Have you spoken with them? Are they aware of this investigation?
Police have spoken to the family who are in Saudi Arabia and they are assisting police with our inquiries.
Detective Inspector, are you releasing the names today because of a brick wall in your investigation?
Our investigation is ongoing and in consultation with the coroner, we have decided to release their names and have appealed for information.
It's almost 2 months since the bodies of the sisters was found. Is it strange that the cause of death hasn't been identified?
The matter is still before the coroner and we are waiting on the coroner's report.
Are you finding a reluctance from women within the Saudi community here in Sydney to open up to you and detectives?
I'm not going to go into that.
There is some speculation that they did flee Saudi Arabia. Is that one line of inquiry yet?
I'm not going to talk about that.
How can people help? I mean, you're appealing for information. What kind of information are you looking for?
Any information, no matter how small you think it might be, might help us work out the circumstances leading up to the deaths of Azra and Amal. So anyone who had contact with the girls or may have known them or had any contact with them leading up to their deaths, we are urging them to contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000.
Have you spoken with at least one individual who you work with or know the women? Have you spoken to anyone at all who know them here in Australia?
We've spoken to people as part of our investigation, but we would like to get further information from the community.
Were they well known in that building, and have the neighbours been able to help you much at all?
We've spoken to a number of people in the neighbourhood, but we are now seeking further information from the community.
Can you tell us what line of work they were in?
I'm not going to go into that at this stage.
Initial reporting suggested that an ADO was taken out by the older sister against a man, a 28-year-old man. Have you been able to work out whether that's the
I'm not going to discuss that at this stage.
They appear to own a business together. Can you elaborate on that? Because I'm sure that's important if people might have information on what they did.
I'm sorry, I can't talk about that at the moment.
Are you investigating their business dealings as part of their deaths?
We're looking at all lines of inquiry, and that's why we're seeking information from the public so that we can look into all avenues of investigation.
Outside Canterbury, can you tell us where else they lived?
I don't have that information, I'm sorry.
Did they have a network of support here, a network of friends here in Sydney? Or were they keep to themselves?
They seem to keep to themselves somewhat, and that's why we're seeking information from anyone who might have known them or who has had contact with them.
Is it possible that they were murdered?
We're looking at all lines of inquiry, and the deaths are suspicious in nature, as we don't know the cause of death, so we're looking at all lines of inquiry, and that is forming part of our investigation.
So with the don't know cause of death, is that you can't publicly say that yet, or it just can't be figured out yet?
On the 9th and 10th of June, post-mortem examinations were conducted. However, the coroner's report has not been received at this stage.
Are you able to say why the deaths were suspicious?
Well, the girls were 23 and 24 years old, and they have died together in their home. We don't know the cause of death. It's unusual because of their age and the nature of the matter. So we're looking into all lines of inquiry.
So have you ruled it out suicide?
As I said, we're looking at all lines of inquiry.
It was my understanding that the initial toxicology report came back inconclusive and that a second one was asked for. Are you able to elaborate on that?
Police are still waiting on toxicology results.
Welfare checks had been done on these women before. Were police already concerned for their safety?
Police attended the location mid-March and spoke to the girls following a phone call from the building manager. And at that stage, there was no issues raised.
Is it difficult for you and the coroner, given the decomposition of the bodies, because they were there for over a month before they were found?
The bodies were there for some time, so that is problematic.
Whereabouts in Saudi Arabia did they come from?
I'm not sure whereabouts in Saudi Arabia.
In March, when police arrived, what was the result of that? How were the girls? Were they okay? What was the result of that?
Police spoke to the girls in mid-March and checked their welfare. They appeared fine, and there was no further action required from police at that stage.
What prompted the building manager to call police?
I believe there was food had been left out in the common areas, and he contacted police as he was concerned for their welfare.
Sorry, I meant in March. What was his concern? That was March?
Yes.
The family in Saudi Arabia, are they cooperating? Are they being helpful?
Police have spoken to the family in Saudi Arabia, and they are assisting police with inquiries.
Are any of them suspects?
They're assisting police with inquiries. There's nothing to suggest that.
Do you know whether they'll be coming over to Australia?
The family have instructed the Saudi consulate to act on their behalf.
Is there any evidence they tried to escape Saudi?
I'm not aware of that information.